Today we'll talk about the speech Barack Obama held yesterday about the Islamic State. First, we will see some highlights from the speech, and then shortly afterwards talk with a previous soldier from USA.
We can't erase every trace of evil from the world, and small groups of killers have the capacity to do great harm. That was the case before threats emerge. At this moment, the greatest threats come from the Middle East and North Africa, where radical groups exploit grievances for their own gain. And one of those groups is ISIL, which calls itself the Islamic State. In a region that has known so much bloodshed, these terrorists are unique in their brutality. They execute captured prisoners. They kill children. They enslave, rape, and force women into marriage. They threatened a religious minority with genocide. In which, while we're there, we're keeping a lid on things, and after enormous sacrifices by us, as soon as we're not there, suddenly people end up acting in ways that are not conducive to the long-term stability and prosperity of the country. All right? Thank you very much, everybody.
He said in the speech, they are not ordinary terrorists. They are unique. They kill children, slaughter people, and force women to marry them. He was astonished about ISIS do and what they were capable of. If we look at his note in his voice when he says, our only target is to get rid of the Islamic State, we can almost feel in his words that only thing that matters is breakdown in his words that the only thing that matters is to break down ISIS. He will do whatever that stands in his power.
I stand here with the previous soldier in Iraq war and supreme leader in New York military, Andy Mosby. Hello, Andy.
Hello.
How do you think Obama did today in the speech?
I think he did it so well today. He was so calm and professional tonight. He got the whole thing under control.
And Andy, what about the things he said tonight?
I think it was so great. And I also think that the people in Iraq are happy for this speech. If United States is going in with all we got, because I think that if we got into Iraq with ground forces, will a lot of civilians die and the war will change absolutely.
And Andy, what do you think your job is in this situation?
My job is to save the Iraq and Syrian people from the non-Islamic groups ISIS and get my soldiers and United States home in safety.
Fine, that's right.
My name is Shaima and I'm 46 and live in Iraq. My life changed after the United States occupied of Iraq in 2003. I lost money, loved ones, and have not seen my daughter for years. I met my husband Ismail in 1998. Within a few months, we were married. Our life resembled, but we were happy. Not in my worst nightmares could I have imagined that everything would change within a few years. Shortly after the US invasion of Iraq, Ismail decided to join a military. At first, he kept it a secret, but one day he came back home wearing a uniform. I realized that my husband had something to do with the murder of Mustafa. I was locked by my husband in a room without food and water for days. But the worst part was when Ismail took Jasmine, who was 6 at the time, to live with his mother and father. In 2008, Ismail ended the marriage and forced me out of the house, but keep our daughter. My husband was a good man before the war, but the war changed him. He became a mean husband. He took my child away, and he wouldn't let me see her. It has been 8 years since I last saw my daughter. I don't even have a picture of her. She's 16 now, and I don't know what she looks like.
Now you have got an inside look into the war in Syria and Iraq. It was all for the 24 news today. Have a good night.